I'm editing this video of this game that I was supposed to be a practice session. I'm looking through here for my week 2 quests because I'm just starting to work on the week 2 quests. They showed up today. I've landed at the Rave Cave collecting from a couple of chests before I use the baller. The baller is integral to a couple of the weekly quests that I have on the list. I did much better during this game than I had any right to. I won first place. I'm going to show it. Now I'm rearranging my inventory here because this is my first time trying this the other way around. I want to put my weapons on keys 3, 4, and 5 because that'll be my forefinger. I found it was difficult to swap weapons when it involves the same key that I used for motion forward and motion backwards. So I'm putting them on 3, 4, and 5 and putting my consumables in slot 1 and 2. Looking here at my week quest, here's a boost into a runway boulder and dislodge it with a baller, and into the wind tunnel in a baller at the screw baller. So those are two things I need to do. I wasn't real sure about what that meant going into the wind tunnel at the screw baller. What is the screw baller? Is it this building where we load up? I wasn't sure. And I thought the wind tunnel was probably that wind cone that goes through the air. You can see it right up ahead in front of us right now. And it turns out that was correct. That's what it was. I have a track quest in the upper right corner under the map. Eliminate enemy players with ranged weapons of epic rarity or higher. And now I'm highlighting that or showing that in the quest screen. I'm narrating this after having played the game. This is my first time actually narrating my own play. What you're seeing here is the view that I had while playing the game. Eliminate players with ranged weapons of epic rarity. So I need to come across those somewhere, and I wind up doing just that. This wound up being a very, very high scoring game aside from getting first place. I did some things wrong, which I always do, and I figured I would point those out in narration. And then here, let's see, let's go on the track. There's the wind tunnel paralleling the track, and I was trying to get off the track into the wind tunnel there. And eventually it just automatically took me into it. So right here we're going into the wind tunnel. Yeah, I didn't actually know that. 15,000 extra points in the upper left. Then I'm starting to look around for a runaway boulder. I figure as I'm going along this track, I can turn my view. I'm looking down, looking for a runaway boulder. And so there's a round boulder right there. So that would be one. And I'm figuring it's any round boulder. There's another round boulder. So I get off of the track here, and now I want to go there's one of those round boulders. So I wind up targeting this one. I can go back up the hill even though I went past it. I'm just using the forward key, which for me is the S key. The default forward key is W, but I swapped the S and W because I wanted the S key for moving forward and the A and D keys right next to it for left and right. Now I'm trying to find that runaway boulder. I'm just using my keys to nudge around and not roll down the hill until I decide where I want to go, and I don't see a runaway boulder there. I'll peek over this side, looking for a runaway boulder. I guess they call them runaway boulders even before they run away. So I figured I'm going to go after this one. Now I have to boost, which for me is my space bar. The default sprint key is the shift key, and I've swapped that with my space bar. So I'm using the space bar to boost, and I'm trying to boost or sprint into that boulder to dislodge it. And it hasn't budged. Many of these runaway boulders are sitting on top of a stack of smaller boulders like you see on the front, on the downhill side of this boulder. So I'm going to go at it that way from the side. And go back up. And I tried knocking that outhouse out of the way. It's not going to budge. So try again on the runaway boulder. Boom, there it goes. So up in the upper left corner shows me 15,000 points for that. And then I figure, well, I'm just going to try to keep pushing it just for the heck of it. Just because I can. And now I got a level 25 on the left-hand side of the screen. So that just leveled me up because of the points that I've accumulated so far. I wind up going up 3 levels in this game because I wind up getting some more of the weekly quests. I think over here I was wondering if this is one of those places where the toolbox are for the grappling glove, but turns out it is not one of the places. This is just a stand for the roller coaster ride. The toolboxes that have the grappling gloves are kind of a shed that's out by its lonesome. So I'm reviewing back here. I need a 2-shot shotgun. I don't think I have that yet. I'm looking here. Yeah, that's a striker pump shotgun. I just displayed it to myself. I have a Stinger SMG. And my number 3 spot would be the I'm not thinking of the name right now. Striker burst rifle, I think it is. So I go into here, figure I can check out some treasure chests, see if I can find the 2-shot shotgun that I need. Not likely to gonna find epic weapons in treasure chests. I think at this point I had already noticed that there's a reality tree nearby. Reality sapling, I guess it's called. I think I look around here and figure out where that was at. I think it's over here to the left of where I'm at right now. Oh, there it is. There it is. Straight out that way. And I realize that here. And I also need to pull weeds around it. I figure I want to keep the baller with me because it's so good for transportation. I do a little boost there. I boost again right here. So I'm going to get more points when I pull the weeds. And I figure I don't want this baller rolling away from me. So I'm going to go park it. I want to get it positioned against these rocks so it will stay put. Do some sprinting up here and then pull weeds. The left-hand side, 4 out of 5 because I did some this morning. And then this one will be the 5th. So there's the 15,000 points. And just for the heck of it, I do this additional one. And then this fruit has legendary. So this is going to give me the weapons, the high-grade weapons that I need. And I've just been very fortunate. I'm not coming across opponents. They're all leaving me alone. So I'm going to swap this legendary combat SMG. I take it. And now I make a mistake here in a moment. I'm going to swap the striker burst rifle for the gold DMR and the legendary 2-shot shotgun. I'll take that for the striker pump. So I've got the 2-shot shotgun that I need. I pick up some ammo And notice I don't have any shields yet, and that's where I make the mistake here. I should have gone first for the small shield potion and taken 2 of those to bring me up to 50%. And then I could either do the mushrooms or take the shield pot. I wind up leaving this area without taking that shield pot. That was not a wise choice, but I wound up not suffering for it. I have med mist. Now I'm going back to the baller. I see footsteps on the visual audio, and I never get any encounter with whoever has those footsteps, and I never saw them. And I think I'm actually escaping. So stage 2 of 2 got me 5,000 points for traveling distance in a baller. I don't think that was on my weekly, so that's just part of I think it was a career quest. And now what I'm looking for here is to come up here and stabilize the baller so I can keep it. And I want to check my quest. This is a nice discreet place. Nobody can shoot me from behind. And because I'm kind of concealed over the rim of this mountain, it's a pretty safe location. So eliminate players with ranged weapons, headshot opponents with 2-shot shotgun, jump in the air with air gun using geysers. That's what I realized I could do from here because I can see the geysers on the screen at the bottom of that white circle. I know the geysers are right there, and I figure I can get there before the storm closes in to that area. So I'm going to take the baller to get there. And I'm looking back at the map to see which direction I need to point for that. And I should have marked it. I should have pinged it. That's something that I don't think of quick enough. The other nice thing about being in a baller is you don't take any fall damage going down such a distance like I just did. I still haven't pinged the location. I think I do go ping it right here. Nope. Am I going to do it here? Yeah, there we go. Right in that brown area, that ravine. That's where it is. So now I can see that blue shaft and I can go straight to it without having to look at the map anymore. I keep doing this boost key, which for me is the space bar. I hit a fluorescent mushroom there that launched me into the air. I was contemplating here trying to stay in the baller to ride the geyser. Then I wind up, that's not working very well. I figured, I'll go ahead and go check out this treasure chest. So there's one of my geysers, and somebody's shooting at me. I never wind up encountering that person. I'm not sure if I take any damage. I'm at 70 and 100 right now. 70 shields, 100 health. They're clearly firing at me. 70, 100 still, and here's my third ride on the geyser, and I'm gonna deploy. I know the storm's coming near me here. It just gets right there, and then I press my shift key is what I use to deploy my glider. So now complete 18 weekly quests. I got 43,000 points because I completed 18 weekly quests. That would be combined with the 2 weeks that I've been working on so far. I finished the first week and now I'm working on the second week. That's why this game wound up being such high scoring. I did not realize I was getting into such a high scoring game. This was supposed to be a practice session for me and also working on my weekly quest. So there's some combatants going on there, and I'm running up close because I want to do a headshot with that 2-shot shotgun. And here at this point, notice how my aim was so jittery. Well, that's because I fixed my trackball mouse today. It got stuck on me this morning, so bad that I had to switch to my regular mouse. And I couldn't control my character at all with my trackball. Well, I cleaned it out today, and it's so clean that it's like a super, super high-powered trackball. It is so sensitive. And I think somewhere along here I swap back to my traditional mouse because it's just so um, very, very sensitive. Now I might change my sensitivity settings and see if that makes it work better for me. So there's only 2 items left for my second week quests. And under the map in the upper right corner, I see there's 5 people left. I was contemplating or checking out, there's somebody riding an animal on the top of that visual sound. I know around this time I'm starting to think about high ground, and I'm starting to think about having my back to the storm and trying to take cover. So I've got my back somewhat to the storm. I'm kind of, my front side is concealed behind the tree. Not much of a conceal, but I can easily move left or right if I find that I need to. And I slip here in the sense that I'm pretty exposed, but I'm crouching so that people can't see or hear my footsteps. I'm going right up here. There's plenty of places I can take cover there. I'm right at the edge of the current zone. And I know that next zone is up this hill that it looks like I can crouch walk going up it. There's 3 people left, and I figure they're probably going to be shooting at each other. I did hear some activity here in a little bit from them. And I'm watching the screen now to see if we get a visual audio. Don't quite remember what it was that I saw or heard. At this point, I'm realizing, hey, I could win this game if I play it smart. I think at this point, I'm not so worried about getting the headshot with a 2-shot shotgun. There, you saw there was a yellow. There's a yellow up at the top of the mountain, and it shows above my head or below, depending upon which direction I'm turned. There's a supply drop coming down, and I'm thinking to myself, somebody might be trying to go after that. I'm just going a little bit further. There I see this person up on the top, and I switch to my long-range gun, which is the DMR, and I'm in the storm now, and I'll go ahead and shoot that person. And boom, that person probably just killed the number 2, or the 3rd person, and I then right away killed him. So that got my number 1 victory royale and a bunch of points, 189,000 points. Really surprised for a session that I was expecting to just do some practicing and work on my weeklies. So I got my weeklies almost totally completed and had a really good time with that. So then I come back here to the lobby, and here I claim 15 battle stars, so that I've reached level 27. I guess I must have been at level 24. As 15 battle stars, I get 5 battle stars for each level. So that means I went up 3 levels. And then I'm going to go take a look at the career tab because it has an exclamation mark showing it's all you. That's what I earned today. Won a solo match during Chapter 3, Season 3. And then I think I just go ahead and exit. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Catch you later.